It's one of the worst feelings in the world when you're out on a date with a girl and your mind just goes blank. You're trying to think of what to say and you're just sat there like, especially if this is happening consistently. And the reason why I'm making this video is because there was a point in my dating life where I really wasn't struggling that much with getting dates. Like I was getting them fairly consistently. But it's just when I got there, it was like talking to women was like navigating a fucking minefield or trying to defuse a bomb. But this problem of like not really knowing what to say, not feeling very confident, not feeling like you can be yourself is something that's actually very fixable if we just take a few steps, because where you eventually want to get to is to the point where you can get in a flow state on a date, like where you can just be yourself, not really overthink all the time. And it's 100% doable if you implement the tips that we're gonna talk about in this video. But before we get into it, this video is sponsored by these nuts.
Got him!
So, step number one, okay? Never future pace. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, all the time I used to go on a date with a girl, and it'd be a girl who I've been thinking about all the time, right? Like, oh, she'd make a great girlfriend. Oh, hopefully this first date goes well so I can make her my girlfriend and then we can build a relationship from there. But you got to understand what this is doing to you subconsciously. When you start saying all these things of, oh, I can make her my girlfriend and we can have a relationship, what is that doing? It's putting pressure on you because you're essentially envisioning this future that's not even a real thing yet. It's the same thing of like, if you're an athlete, right? And you think super hard about, oh, we have to win this game. Oh, I can't screw this up. Or you're in a baseball game and you say, oh, I really hope I don't strike out. I really hope I don't miss the ball. That's exactly when you're gonna miss the ball. Why? Because you're trying so hard not to miss it. Now, when I say not to future pace or not to try hard, am I saying don't try at all? Am I saying like never do anything? No, of course not. Because you have to try. You have to be a gentleman. But you don't obsess over the future. Instead of obsessing over the future, you let her earn that from you. Don't say to yourself, oh, like, I really hope the date goes well and I can make her my girlfriend. No, just go into the date with the mentality of, we'll just see how things go. Hopefully they go well, but if not, I'll be completely fine. I'm just here to enjoy the experience, to enjoy the ride. That version of you is going to be so much more relaxed because you're present in the moment. You're not obsessing over the future. So next time you find yourself starting to obsess over that girl and think about the future, don't do it and just stay present in the moment. Step number two, okay? Don't take yourself so seriously. I remember this one time where I was on a date with a girl and I started stumbling over my words. I, said something stupid, and then I would just start getting in my head like, oh my God, oh, she's not gonna like me now. Oh my God, I completely screwed it up. Oh, it's so ruined. But what you gotta realize is that first dates are supposed to be a little bit awkward. Like, it's always going to be that way. There's always going to be a moment where you stumble over your words a little bit, or where you say something a little bit stupid, right? Because you don't know this girl, right? And it's an environment where it's meant to be a little bit awkward. So what you got to do instead is when you say something stupid or you say something dumb, don't beat yourself up. Don't go, oh my God, it's over. And because the thing is, when you can learn to just not take yourself so seriously, you can learn to laugh at yourself. That allows you to move past these situations and just be so much more relaxed because you're not expecting yourself to be perfect. If you're aiming for perfection, if you're aiming to never screw up, you're not going to ever get there because things aren't supposed to be perfect. There's supposed to be awkward moments. There's supposed to be moments where you fail. But the version of you who kicks himself, who beats himself up, that version of you is always going to stay in that spot. But when you allow yourself to just not trip out so much over it and just relax, you will be much better. Step number three is to let her do most of the talking, okay? The reason I say this is because most guys, they go on a date and what do? They start telling her all of their great accomplishments. Oh, this is why you should like me. I'm the captain of the varsity football team. I get up at 8 a.m. every day. I'm super disciplined. Bro, she doesn't really give a shit, okay? The thing is, when you try super hard to impress a girl, it actually makes her like you a lot less. Because she starts saying like, okay, why does this guy, have to list all his accomplishments? and explain himself to me and try super hard, it's because he doesn't feel like he's enough, because he's trying to prove something. Think about, somebody like James Bond, right? Or any guy you know who's confident with women. Confidence isn't something that's super loud. It's not something that you try to explain. It's something that's a bit more quiet. So next time you go on a date, don't feel the need to just list all your accomplishments and tell her how great you are, because it just makes her like you even less. Instead, just let her do most of the talking, right? The analogy that somebody explained to me that helped me out a lot is you want to almost think of it like a rap song, right? How, when there's a rap song, right? The rapper's like singing all the main lyrics, and then there's, his friend in the background doing ad libs like, yeah, mama, yeah. You want to almost view it like she's the rapper, like she's the one doing most of the talking, and you're the friend doing the ad libs in the background, right? And I know that's a weird analogy, but for example, right? She's telling a story. Oh yeah, I went to Italy, and we went and we ate some pasta and shit, and like, yes, did all this stuff. Then you just go, oh wow, yeah, that's really interesting. Tell me more. Like, what was your favorite part of Italy? It's like, instead of you being the one who's doing most of the talking, you're just asking little questions every now and then. Now, what you got to understand is there's a way to ask questions and there's a way not to ask questions. Where a lot of guys go wrong is they hear this and they say like, okay, like, yeah, let the girl do most of the talking, ask her questions. Okay, so that's what I'll do. So then they go on the date and they ask just random question after random question. Oh, what do you like to do for fun? Oh, how many siblings do you have? Oh, and it's like, dude, you do not want to turn a date into a fucking job interview, okay? You want to keep it fun and you want to keep it playful. So the way you ask questions is you just let them flow naturally with the conversation, right? Let's say you ask her about her favorite place to go on vacation, and she starts talking about the time she went to Mexico. Well, don't randomly jump over and ask her a question about a completely different topic. Oh, well, what's your favorite color? No. Keep asking her about Mexico. Oh, well, like, what was your favorite part of going to Mexico? Like, what was your favorite thing that you did? Was there any funny stories that you had from there? You see how there's like one of those examples is natural for conversation, whereas the other is like, asking a question that's just kind of being forced. So there's a bit of a difference there. And also, when you let her do most of the talking, it just gives less opportunities for you to just say some, dumb shit that makes her not really like you too much. So yeah, just make sure you let her do most of the talking and don't feel like you have to do all of it, because letting her do most of the talking makes her more attracted to you. Step number 4 is to get into a social flow state. Okay, so something I do before every single time I go on a first date is I'll always call up one of my friends, or I'll go and have a conversation with somebody. Now, why is this? Well, if before you go on a date, all you're doing is you're just sitting in your room, keeping to yourself, not talking to anybody, you're gonna feel awkward when you get on the date because you haven't talked to anyone, you haven't warmed up at all. Compared to if you give one of your friends a call or you talk about something, now you're getting into a flow state. It's kind of like how if you're an athlete, you understand that before you go play a football game, you don't just immediately run out onto the field and play the game. No, you warm up, you get into it slowly. Why? Because it allows you to get into the flow. It allows you to warm up. So next time you go on a date, okay, don't just sit in your room and not talk to anybody and be like a recluse all sat there by yourself. Call up your friend, talk to somebody, and I promise you, if you do that, you will be like 30 times more charismatic. It'll help out so much. So yeah, I hope you found this video helped you out. If it did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, because really at the end of the day, it's just my goal to, help more young men improve their lives, because there's a lot of guys who are struggling with this. There's a lot of guys who could really use this help. So, and that's really my purpose at the end of the day. So if you could leave a like and subscribe, that's the greatest thing you could do to just help me and support the channel. So yeah, I'll see you for the next video, bro.